Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Keeping It Positive podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Karen. On today's episode, we will be talking about New Year's resolutions, changing old habits, changing old mindsets, and starting and letting go of old things to go into the new year. So first, we'll start off with our unpopular opinion with Ashley.
Alright, so today's unpopular opinion is, it's a question. So the question is, do you put pineapples on your pizza? So I'm going to let Cameron answer first.
So I do not put pineapples on my pizza. People who put pineapple on pizza, I don't know if I trust them. Really, because like it's fruit. It's like you're putting fruit. And I'm also like not a sweet girl. Like I like salty better than sweet. So if it's sweet and it's on something that is supposed to be salty, it's like why? Like,
well, me on the other hand, I put pineapples on my pizza and I love it. Pineapples on the pizza, it's just so good. It just adds a little extra flavor to it. I don't know what is wrong with you. People who don't put pineapples on a pizza, I don't trust them.
You're done. You're done. So let's dive into today's topic. So the new year is typically a time when people start shedding old habits and start developing new ones, and who, start to think about your goals and what you want for the future for yourself, whether that's, going to school or just starting a new business, whatever that may be to you. But really, the new year is a time for reflection and for, discovering new things you might want to try and, recognizing your dreams, your aspirations, and going after them. So I feel like I love the new year because you kind of get to shed old things and kind of think about things that you want to do in the future, and just like also, it's a new chance. I feel like every day you wake up, it's these little wins that you have. Every day we might not be thinking about it, but you're having these little wins. But I feel like the new year comes and it's kind of like on a bigger scale, and you're now thinking, okay, now I can actually this is a clean slate. This is a fresh slate. I can start over, and whatever happened last year, I learned this, I learned that, but I'm taking whatever I learned and applying it to the new year, trying something new. So that's what my definition of a new year means to me. So what does that mean to you, Ashley?
Well, first, before I answer that question, I just want to say, it's funny, we're starting a new year and a new podcast. What's today's date? It is now January 2nd. Now, y'all are not going to hear this till... When are we releasing this? Friday. I think that's the 8th. Is that the 8th?
No, that's the 8th is next week. The 6th.
When is Friday? We should probably know this information. It's probably important information to know, just because it's the 5th. Mm-hmm. So y'all are not gonna see this the 5th, but it's the 2nd. The new year was yesterday, and we're starting the new year off right already. By just starting a new podcast.
I love that.
But honestly, to me, the new year is just, I don't know. I used to think I should just change my whole regimen during the new year. Mm-hmm. But now I feel like, personally, I want to take it month by month, because change doesn't happen overnight. Mm-hmm. And if you just try to change yourself all in a day just because it's new year, you're not going to stick to it.
Yeah.
Like the goals that you set, you're not going to stay the course because of the fact that it's the hype around the new year.
Yeah.
So we should just,
That's a lot of people say, sometimes people say start your habits earlier, before the new year actually comes in. So people start their habits
100%.
They say they want to start going to the gym consistently, or 3 to 4 times a week. They start November or the year before. That way you're already in the headspace of doing it, and you're not this is new year, I'm starting this, and then you fall off completely. Also, I also feel like some people they think of goals and things that they want to do, but they aren't realistic with themselves. If I say I want tomorrow, I want the end of the year, I want to be an astronaut. I want to go to the moon. That's a little that's a little much. That's a little much. So maybe I should just set goals that I feel are a little more attainable for me and realistic, and take it one step at a time, because not everything has to be done tomorrow. We can plan things out and get there slowly over the course of more than just 1 year, because although you have just 1 year for this specific year, it's plan for long-term goals too, so you don't have to stress yourself out over getting this one thing done, if that makes sense. So,
and that also goes into SMART goals too. Mm-hmm. The specific, attainable,
realistic goals that you can have.
Measurable, relevant, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love the SMART goal method just because I feel like it helps you narrow it down and make it a more realistic grasp to do.
Yeah, I like that too. I don't really use that too much, but I feel like when I'm like planning my goals and stuff, I feel like I'm more I don't know. I feel like when I times where I feel like I'm getting off track or I'm not necessarily like really focused and honed in on what I want to do, I feel like I have to like reel it in. Like I have to reel what I'm doing in and reassess where I'm at right now. So like trying to give an example, like if I say I want to be consistent in the gym, I want to go to the gym like every day, or it's 5 days a week, then like being realistic with myself, okay, I'm gonna start going 2 days a week. For the first 2-3 months of the year, I'm gonna go 2 times a week. The next 2 months, I'm gonna start going 3 times a week. I'm gonna go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna make a schedule for myself and set time to go to the gym. And then, space myself out so I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have to go 5 times and I miss a day and I feel guilty. I miss a day, miss 2 days, miss a weekend and I feel horrible,
That's true. You break it down into smaller pieces. That's good. That is a SMART goal, though.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
because it's like that goes into like the measurable. How you gonna measure it? Like that's how you evaluate yourself.
Yeah,
you do it in pieces.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good. I like that a lot. I probably should start doing that because one of my we can talk about our goals for this new year now.
Yeah,
one of my goals for this new year was to like stop procrastinating. Because that's
a hard one.
I'm the biggest procrastinator out there. I will put things off until the very, 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 very last minute. I don't know, something about procrastinating. I feel like
everybody procrastinates.
That's true. But it's like an energy rush you get. When you do it last minute, it's like your brain cells just working in at double speed.
Yeah, like you work faster.
Like, the work that you do is just better than anything you've ever seen before.
That's actually kind of sad. Like, I just gotta say,
well, to think about in realistic terms, it's sad. Yeah. But if it's working, why fix it? But I feel like there's gonna come a time where it does not work, and there's been a couple of times where it has not worked before.
Yeah.
Whew, real bad.
Procrastination is just
especially in school.
I think that gets everybody like to a certain extent. You be like, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it next week. Next week I'm gonna start this, and then you end up not doing it. That's true. The time comes and like you don't do it, or you procrastinate like on too many things. Like you have multiple things going on, and you say you're gonna do this XYZ on this XYZ on this day, and then you end up like overbooking yourself, which I have that problem because I be doing a little too much. When I was in school, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but when I was in college, I did a lot. You did a lot too.
Not too much.
We both. I'm talking about like in general. Like we both did a lot. Yeah. We were all like we're busy involved. People. Like you know what I mean. We were always doing something. Always having a meeting to go to, or having like just something to do. It's always events.
But that's good. That's good. At the same time, that's bad because you can burn yourself out.
Yeah, and it's like. It's easier to procrastinate when you have multiple things going. If I have one responsibility, like 9 times out of 10 I'm not gonna procrastinate on that one thing. But if I have like 5 things and I'm like, I got this and this to do, I gotta do this, it kind of like it's just a lot to think about.
That's facts for real.
And you gotta kind of find ways to not make yourself procrastinate with like keeping stuff with a calendar and Google Calendar and. That's what I use. I'm like, if I don't have that, I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Appointments, that's like true. Meetings, all that.
And I started setting fake dates for myself. Mm-hmm. It worked for a little bit, but then it's like I know that I'm setting the fake dates for myself. So like, why would I believe the fake date that I gave myself? It's like I know the fake date. Yeah. So I know it's not the real date, so the fake date's not gonna do nothing.
Yeah, and then your brain, like you tried to trick your brain, but then your brain got tricked, like already tricked.
Exactly.
Knew the trick. So
it worked the first couple times, but then my brain was like, okay, Ashley, you're doing too much now.
That's actually funny though.
What are one of your goals?
One of my goals is I want to. There's a couple of things. I definitely want to make sure I'm saving more and investing more because I feel like growing up, I mean, I understood. They don't really teach you too much about financial literacy in schools, and I feel like that's a problem. That's mostly why, like, a lot of the people in the Black community, like, it's just harder for us to understand financial literacy and like how to go about making money and how to go about building wealth for our family and like generations to come. I feel like they don't teach you too much about that in school, but I feel like that's something that I want to get better with.
Side note, that's a podcast coming.
Be on the lookout. But yeah, so it's like, I just want to get better with my finances, investing and stuff. We're both 22 years old. We're very young. We're still getting into the game. So just learning more and I'm trying to get as much wisdom and understanding about financial stocks and all those things from my parents and older people who are experienced in that type of thing. But definitely my goal is to save and invest. That's definitely it. And another one of my goals is I want to do more service work. So I actually have my own nonprofit. It's called Brown Bag Love. We have an Instagram page. Me and my sister, we do a lot of work in Greensboro and in Charlotte with both communities in those areas, and we do a lot of work for the homelessness population. And we just like to always try to give people access to healthy foods, and a lot of people maybe going through a hard time, or low income families and low areas like that. And I know it's kind of hard for those people to find access to foods because they're in food deserts. A food desert is basically, if you don't know, a food desert is basically an area where there's not a lot of grocery stores in the area, or places to buy food, like farmers markets and gardens and things like that. So people don't have access to food in general, but healthy foods also. So we try to eliminate that as much as possible by doing food drives and water drives and things like that. So if you haven't heard of it, we have an Instagram page. Make sure you check it out. Shout out to them. Shout out to my sister.
I love the plug.
But yes, make sure that you guys do that. But that's something that I also want to do. I want to host some more service drives in the area, do more work to help more people, because I know we're all in hard times, and we gotta help each other out, because that's really all we got. So
that's facts for real. That's good.
Yes.
I know another one of my goals is not community service based. Of course, that's very important to do, but I want to do at least one run a month, because I've been getting into running, y'all. I'm a runner girl now.
Ashley's like, she texts me she's like, oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do a?
Yes, she does. She always does, because if she says no, I'm like, you're doing it.
she's like, you want to do a 10K? I'm like, it's like, I'm actually like,
we're doing it in February.
Oh my gosh.
Be on the lookout for that right there.
I'm like, oh my gosh. We did a mud run last year. We're going to do it again this year. The Mud Girl Run, that's really fun.
If you want to join us next year, just comment down below.
Yeah,
and we'll let you join us. We're trying to make a big group to do it with us. Mm-hmm. But running is just, I don't know, something about it just makes you feel better about yourself. Mm-hmm. And at first, before I ran that first, what did we do? 8K? We did an 8K first. 8K. Before I ran that first 8K, I was over here like, oh my God, I'm never gonna run. I hate running. Even in high school, I could barely finish the mile run, y'all, in PE. Barely. I played sports and I hated running.
Yo, I played sports too. I didn't know like running was like
part. But doing that first 8K, at the end of it, it really makes you feel like you accomplished something great. And when you're actually in the process of running, it's like nobody else in the world is there except you, your body, and God, for real. Yeah. And it's just so peaceful and zen, and it's just something I came to love. So I'm trying to do that once a month. Just because it makes me happy, and you gotta do something that makes you happy for real.
Yeah, actually, I like running too, because I feel like if you guys aren't really runners, I'm not really a runner either. I grew up playing sports. I played tennis. I played soccer. I swam. So I had to run when I was growing up, and I just did not like it at all. I feel like because I didn't really like it because I had to run and somebody's telling me to run. But now that I'm doing it kind of freely and having fun with it, I feel like. And I'm, meeting people from it and networking and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot more that comes from being in the spaces, doing runs and stuff like that. But I feel like also I like it because it's it almost feels freeing almost. And it's also a mind over matter thing,
That's true.
So it's I'm running and I want to finish this. My head is not focused on okay, is she right next to me? Is she faster than me? No. All I'm thinking about is I need to finish this. I don't care what. Nothing's going to stop me from finishing this. I'm going to finish this race. And it's going to happen. I'm going to try my best. And that's all you can ever do. And I feel like having that mindset is always going to make you, stay positive, stay happy. And just keep your head in the game.
That's so true. And it also shows you that you can accomplish way more than you think you can. Because sometimes when you're out there, it's like, oh my God, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I can't finish this. But your body can do way more than you think it can do.
Yeah.
You just gotta like tell yourself.
Yeah, it's mind over matter.
Mind over matter.
It really
for real.
It really is. Like, imagine all the people like who go to like the military, like army, all of the armed forces. Like, y'all.
Yeah.
If you're the military or any of the armed forces, y'all are the real ones, because boot camp. I'm already knowing. That's definitely a mind over matter thing. You got to push yourself mentally. It's a mental game. It's not about your body. Your body can handle way more than you think it can. It's your mind that's like, no, I can't do this. But shout out to all you guys, for sure. But I like that goal. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
I'm gonna try to do a couple. I'm gonna do
1 month at a time. 1 month at a time.
I'm gonna try to do at least 10 of the runs. I don't know about one every month, but like
10. 10. You might. There's 2 more left.
I'm like 10. Like, I have to limit myself. Do a little bit less.
Well do all 12.
I do at least 10. Or maybe do some small runs, like we.
Yeah, like it don't have to. Okay. Like, come on now, it could be like a 5K. A 5K.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So it's like it's not gonna be a 10K or half marathon every
time. Yeah.
We've never done a half marathon yet, but
we ain't on that level yet, y'all. Maybe we get there one day.
Get there one day. It takes a couple of months.
Half marathon is 13.1. It's 13.1 miles. 13 miles.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a full marathon is 26 miles.
But you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Maybe in a couple years we gotta train for that for sure. But we gonna get there, y'all. We gonna get there. Just give us some time.
Let's talk about the term New Year, New Me.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like when people say New Year, New Me, and just because it's not a new you. It's still the same you from yesterday. When the clock strikes 12, you don't magically change into a new person. But I like New Year improving me. Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to change overnight. You're going to improve yourself every single day, little by little. So it's not a brand new you just because it's January 1st. It's still the same you from last year. You're probably doing the same things you were doing last year.
Yeah.
You're probably in the same habits, talking to the same people. So it's still the same you. But if you want to improve yourself, just say, I'm improving myself. New Year, improving myself.
It's about like progress over perfection. Yeah. Like,
I like that.
Consistency over. I love to say like the key phrase I always keep in my head when I'm doing anything that I feel like is hard or like that's gonna take a long time. I always try to remind myself it's consistency over everything.
That's true.
Because think about it like one of my long-term goals, like life goals, is to like just stay fit and healthy my entire life. I've always been like an active person, so I always want to just stay healthy, stay fit. And the main thing I don't want to get older and have problems with my knees, have problems with my legs. Like, I want to just try to prevent that as much as I can, as much as possible. I know I can't prevent it entirely, but I want to try my best. So I feel like my head, I don't think about, okay, I want this. I'm working out because I want to have this body. I'm working out so I can live a healthy, full life. I'm working out so I can see my grandkids. I'm working out so I can see my kids have kids. You know what I mean? Like, keeping that mindset. I want to be consistent over everything. I don't have to go to the gym like every single day of the week, but like being consistent over a longer period of time is going to give you more progress than just doing this like little sporadic type of thing where I work out like for 1 month straight and then just completely stop. You know what I mean? So it's consistency over everything. Keeping that mindset and keeping that on your...
And knowing your why, too. Because if you're going to do something and don't know your why behind it,
yeah,
then it's not going to last very long. So you have to know why you're doing something. That's what my mom always says.
Yeah. Know your why, for real.
Exactly.
That's very true.
That's very, very true.
Because that's going to keep you motivated. Because like sometimes like you won't feel motivated to do this. You won't feel motivated to write that book. You trying to write a book, you won't feel motivated to go and write.
Trying to go to the gym, trying to go for a run.
Yeah. You won't feel motivated. Like, not every single time you're going to want to do something, you're going to feel motivated to do it. And if you're counting on you to feel motivated, like, you're not going to end up accomplishing it as fast or as quick as you could if you just, know the reason why you're doing it and let that be the motivating force. I got to do this. I want to get this done. And you can't depend on anybody else to motivate you. You have to motivate yourself at the end of the day. Yeah.
Because people can support you, cheer you on, motivate you sometimes, but you have to find it within yourself to do whatever you want to do because you want to do it.
Yeah. Just stay disciplined. Like, it's about being disciplined.
Discipline, definitely.
And, knowing your why is going to allow you to keep your discipline.
Why?
So, like, knowing the reason why I want to do this.
Do. Why? Why? Hey.
Little break. But yeah, like, stay disciplined, y'all, and you know your goals are gonna get popular. If you say disciplined and consistent, you're already there. Like you have what most people don't have, if that makes sense. So just stay disciplined and consistent, and you will be all right. You will be okay. That goes along with being positive too, because it's like if I'm disciplined and I'm consistent, that's gonna end up getting me to where I want to be. So I wanted to touch on some things like that. What do you do to start your new year? You know, it's January 2nd. It's January 2nd.
You'll be listening to this on January 5th.
Yeah. Forgot about that. But yeah, it's January 2nd, y'all, and it's a beautiful day. What are we going to do? Some things that we do to not only keep ourselves motivated and disciplined, but the way that we enter the year, or the way in which we enter the year, that's going to bring us closer to where we want to be as far as our goals and like our aspirations and dreams. So what
one thing I do, I write a vision board. I love a good vision board. It's just to like keep everything that I want to do throughout the year on something that I can see it, because I feel like when you see it and when you write it down, you're more likely to actually accomplish it. I can have goals in my head, but actually not take the steps to achieve them because I can't see it, or I'm not thinking about it, or I forgot about it. So I like to just map it out, and I like to map mine out in sections. So this year I had like 4 major areas I wanted to work on, so I just mapped that on my vision board, and then I also wrote in my journal as well on what I want to accomplish, so when the year ends I can go back and look and be like, oh my gosh, I actually did that. Because sometimes I honestly forget about what I write, and you'll go back and it's like, wow,
yeah,
like you did it without realizing it. Because now it might not be because you wrote it down, but because you write it down, you can go back to it and say, wow, I really did that. Like, I'm proud of myself now.
I love vision boards because I feel like I haven't done one in like a few years. Kind of, I wanted to do one, but I just never had a chance. But I feel like vision boards, I feel like an important part of, you know, trying to accomplish your goals or like get to where you want to be is like visualization, like being able to see yourself in that thing that you're doing or accomplishing that thing that you want to accomplish. And I feel like if you can see it, like, I don't know, it's a quote or something, I forgot how it goes, but it's like almost like something like if you can dream it, it can become reality. Or if you can,
oh like, my god,
you know
that's a song.
What is that? What song is that? I don't know. But it's like something like that. Basically, like if you can envision it, if you can see it, if you dream about it, it can become a reality. Basically.
Is that from the Victoria song? Cause I am, you are, we are.
That's Ant Farm.
Oh, that's.
Wrong show.
But she says you can.
Yeah.
I think that's good. When you said that, I was like, that sounds
dreams turn dreams into reality.
But you know. Okay, back on track.
Y'all get it. I can't. Anyways, but yeah, like definitely like vision boards help you envision what you want out of your life, and like keep you motivated. But don't let that be the motivating force. Know your why. You know, understand your why, and like that's gonna keep you consistent. So other ways that I feel like help me personally, I feel like prayer helps me a lot. You know, not everyone's religious, but I feel like prayer for me is a way for me, an outlet for me to understand my emotions and my thoughts and my mindset and my perspective in a better way. And like it helps me also like understand my purpose, like what do I want out of life, and like just help me feel a bit of relief if I may be feeling like a little bit anxious or like a little bit uneasy about, you know, can I accomplish all these things I set out? Is it in my cards? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Type of questions that I have. You know, not necessarily having like an existential crisis, but like just having these thoughts. And I feel like prayer helps me, is an outlet for me to feel a little bit more security and feel like, you know, everything's gonna be alright. You know, everything's gonna happen. You know, Ashley tells me all the time, she's like, I'm having a little moment. Ashley's like, Cameron,
I'm having one of those moments.
I be having a lot of those moments. I'm like, am I gonna accomplish this? Like, is this gonna happen? I'm really trying.
You doubt yourself,
or like I'm trying to get a job,
overthink,
y'all.
yeah.
I'm trying to get a job. I'm like, anybody hiring? I'm putting applications, over 100 applications, 200 applications, 300 plus applications, and I'm still not getting really no interviews. No, like what's really tea? Like y'all saying y'all hiring, y'all want entry level. I'm entry level right here. Entry level is right here. My last name entry level. Like, I'm just not understanding. I'm not really understanding why I'm not. You know. So like, you know, but actually, texts me. She's like, Cameron, like everything is going to happen in due time. Like when it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. So relieve yourself, feeling all this anxiety that you have to have everything done now, and
because you don't
let it ride out. You know, work hard while you can while you're here. Everything's gonna fall into place. The chips are gonna fall into place when they're supposed to. I'm like, you're right. Let me take a step back. That job's gonna call me back.
It's gonna happen on God's time, not your time.
Yeah. So, you know, she's always here to remind me, like, you know, things are gonna happen when they're supposed to happen, and you know, don't stress over it because you know, there's no need to. Everything's already taken care of. Everything's already handled. But yes, that's another thing that I like to do.
We have to clean our house. We always clean our house before the new year because I feel like it just, I don't know.
A lot of people do that. Like,
it's
like people who say, like, you know, spring cleaning. People do spring cleaning too. Like,
but it's like New Year's cleaning.
Yeah, it's New Year's cleaning. It's like,
you gotta go into the New Year's
you clean your
clean
space.
house,
It
yeah.
kind of like cleans up not your mind, but you know what I mean. Like, essentially, it kind of like clears up a lot of things that you.
That's
feel
true.
like
People say that in general.
That's why people say clean your room. If like, you know, people who are
you're
going
supposed to clean your room, yeah.
Mhm.
If you're like depressed or because your room. Now again, my mom tells me this all the time. So when she watches this, she's gonna be like, "I tell you this all the time." But your room really is a picture of how you are doing, or what you're going to do, or you personally at this moment, your thoughts and everything. Because if your room is messy, your mind's gonna be messy. But if your room is clean, you have a space to think and freely do what you're supposed to do and organize yourself.
That's very true. Very true.
And even though I argue with her all the time about that, that's the truth. Because when my room is clean, I feel like I just get so much more accomplished.
You feel like not like a weight lifted off your shoulders. You're just like, I can handle anything.
Exactly.
I think
about it is crazy.
Yeah, y'all ever be, you know, like you ever be like, it'd be like, it's like 2 a.m. or something, and you have like, you're like, I'm gonna clean this.
You start out of nowhere.
You start cleaning your room, y'all. Your whole room be spotless clean. You like, I'm finna, and then you like, I'm finna write a book. And it's like you feel like you're in the middle of the night. You feel like you get all these thoughts.
It's the energy, like the random energy that you get. That's exactly.
Like when I was younger, my dad, not like, sometimes on Christmas, or like near Christmas, my dad would like. He would over here like make us like scrub y'all. Like we would be like, I'm talking Cinderella style, like
not Cinderella style.
Yeah, so we used to like scrub the
Cinderella,
like
Cinderella.
the I don't know what they're called, the little
baseboards.
Yeah, baseboards. We used to scrub the baseboards and all that. Like he had us doing what we needed to do. We had to handle business.
At least you know how to clean well.
Yes. I mean that taught me how to like I really and like you know you understand like okay like when I'm older I'm really gonna have to clean my whole entire house and like you know dust and stuff like.
But honestly, I kind of like cleaning sometimes. Now sometimes I really don't. Like I'm a clean person, but I don't like cleaning up sometimes. Like washing dishes, that's my least favorite task to do ever.
Really?
Yes. As something I don't know what it is about washing dishes, but I would rather sweep, take out the trash, clean the bathtub, clean the toilet, wipe all the mirrors down, scrub the baseboards. I'll do all the laundry.
Why you don't like washing dishes?
I don't want to wash the dishes.
Why you don't like it?
I don't know. It's like the texture when
you don't like touching stuff, like touching that stuff, like old food and stuff.
I don't know. I just don't like it.
My sister doesn't like it either.
But I do it because you know you got to do what's got to get done.
I think my least favorite is folding clothes.
I like folding clothes.
I do not like.
It's kind of nice because
so like
when you put it in your closet and it's all nice and neat, it's just like.
You know, somebody told me in TikTok, they were like, somebody needs to invent this. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but somebody needs to do this. Like, it's like a washer and dryer. So, like, instead of having to put your, like, imagine, you know, you get
like it washes and dries
the
same thing. Like,
not washing and drying the same thing. So, like, say, like, it's like top part and maybe bottom part, and like you put it in top, put your clothes in the top, and then your clothes are washed, and then it automatically
drops down to the bottom.
It automatically drops to the bottom, so you don't have to like physically put your clothes in.
That would be interesting to see how that will work.
I feel like it could work though.
I don't know. That's a very interesting thought. I've never thought about that before. That would be a nice little thing to have, like a nice invention to have, because
people are like,
you don't have to go
Why
back
are you
over
being
there.
lazy?
But that is being lazy, because then at the same time you go back to the washing machine to put more clothes in. That time you could have just move the
We
clothes
need to make a
from the washer
3-in-1.
to the
Somebody need to
dryer.
make a 3-in-1 so we don't have to do either. Like, so you wash, dry, and fold the clothes. I just don't like folding clothes. I will wash the clothes. Washing the clothes is not that bad. But me, for folding...
You don't have to do nothing when you wash the clothes. You just put it in there and press a button.
Folding clothes is just so,
Press a
like...
button.
I just feel like it's so unnecessary. Like, I know you have to close clothes, but I feel like...
Necessary.
It is. It's like, why am I doing this? Like...
I mean, you got a point because you're going to just take it right back out and put it on.
You will take it right back off and put it on your body?
But then again, it's like, you don't want it to get wrinkled, so you fold it for it to stay, or you hang it up in the closet, because if you have it on a pile, it's going to get wrinkled.
I just can't stand putting clothes. I hate putting clothes up. I don't know why, y'all. I just don't like it.
I did eat the 12 grapes this year.
Yeah, I did not do that.
I ate the 12 grapes
You
this
did?
year. Yes, I did. And I ate them under the table.
Please.
Me and my aunt were downstairs. We had this little, I love playing spades, y'all. I love spades. We have this little spades table that she brings over. It's a 4x4. And we were down there playing, I don't even know what we were playing. We were playing Trouble. We were playing Trouble. And it was 11:59. I brought everybody their grapes. And me and her got right under that table and ate our 12 grapes. And I would do it again.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are dead. Yeah, so anything else you want to say about New Year's and starting in New Year and letting go old habits? Bringing yourself?
Honestly, just take it a day at a time. If you want to accomplish something or have a New Year's resolution, do it a day at a time. Don't try to think of it in a big picture. Just break it up into smaller portions, bite-sized pieces, so you can accomplish that small task.
Mm-hmm. And I'll also say, I'll add, don't be afraid to not only try new things, but like let go of old things that might be holding you back. Whether that be people or like just things that you do, a mindset. Like don't try to hold on so tight to what you know. Sometimes it's okay to like be open-minded to like a different type of mindset or a different type of ideas. I know sometimes like, anxiety, pressure from everywhere, from society, world, family, maybe friends, like it might be pressure on you to do certain things or to achieve a certain thing. I know that might exist for some people, but don't be afraid to go against the grain and like do something you've never done before for yourself. If you feel like moving to a new country might be something that you might want to have to do, or something that you be interested in to learn more about a different culture or expose yourself to a different culture. You might want to go a different path with your career, like if you're in between careers, or if you have a career right now and you're like, I really have a career, but I really want to start this business, or I'm in this field, but I really want to switch to maybe doing healthcare, or maybe doing business, or maybe doing going into sports, like whatever that may be for you, whatever you're interested in. Don't be afraid to like let go of old things and like shed anew and go into something that you might not be always experiencing, but it's you're like taking a chance on what could be, because you might never know, that might end up being the path that's for you, that was meant for you the whole time.
Absolutely.
So don't be afraid to let go. Don't try to hold on so much to who you are. Allow yourself to change, because we're ever-changing, evolving human beings, and we're always going to be like that. So don't try to, be like, I have to be this way. Like, no, let yourself be how you want to be and feel all those feelings that you feel. So that's my little tidbit, my little advice, my little tip.
That was good. All right, y'all. Now it's time for our quote of the day, and Cameron's going to give that to us today. So what do you have?
So our quote of the day is, learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow, by Albert Einstein. And I decided to use this quote because I feel like it addresses the past, the present, and the future, which is what the new year kind of holds in its essence. I feel like learn from yesterday is about reflection. So looking back on past years, looking back on anything that you may be looking back on, energy, stuff like that. Live for today is live for today. So be present in the moment. Whatever you're doing, my mom always tells me, like, Cameron, go to this thing and just be present. Take in as much as you can. Whatever you can take in from it and learn from it, do it, and let that be it. Don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to do too much. Let yourself have fun and be present in the moment. And then I feel like hope for tomorrow. It's all about aspirations, your dreams, your goals, things that are going to happen in the future. Not being, like I said before, not being afraid to let go, but also recognizing your old habits, using your past, to create more wisdom for your future. Because, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you change, and then you end up being the person that you want to be and being that person that you envision yourself being, So,
all right now. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in today. We appreciate your support, and we hope that this podcast has helped you to keep it positive.